Hey, this is Trista. I am so excited for this webinar. If you're just getting logged on, we'll get started in just a few seconds. But today we are talking about one of my favorite topics of all time, and that is how to create the body of your dreams without giving up the foods that you love. So if you're just getting logged on, we're going to start in about 30 seconds. We're going to wait for a few more people to pop on, but this is my favorite topic, and I'm so excited to go over this topic with you today. So in this webinar, we're going to be talking about how to create the body of your dreams without giving up the foods that you love. No more restriction, no more diets. Being able to eat the foods that you love and still lose weight is going to be mind-blowing and is going to change your life. So if you are ready, we are going to go ahead and get started. We're going to jump right in. So my name is Trista Harrison. I want to welcome you today to this webinar. This is going to be about a 40-minute webinar, and you are going to learn my secrets, my 3 secrets on how to create the body of your dreams without giving up the foods that you love. So, if you guys stay until the end, I have an amazing gift to offer you. You are going to learn so much, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Here we go. All right, so what you're going to walk away with today, my top 3 secrets on how to create the body of your dreams. So first of all, how to eat foods while spending significantly less on food. Secret number 2, how to eat the foods that you love and still lose weight. And I know that's why you guys are all here. And secret number 3, how to fit everything into one day. And I would say that's one of the biggest misconceptions, or not misconceptions, but the biggest issue every person comes to me has is they do not have enough time to work out, to eat healthy. So we are going to change your mind today, and you are going to walk away with these 3 amazing secrets on how to actually create the body of your dreams. Like I said at the very beginning, if you stay to the end, I have an amazing gift for you, a free gift, so you're going to want to stay to the end. Here we go. So who is this webinar for? This webinar is for those who have tried everything to lose weight and nothing seems to work. It is for those who have had success with diets to gain the weight back when the diet comes to an end. For those who feel like they are taking care of everyone else and always putting themselves last. For those who want to feel loved and confident in their bodies again. For those who enjoy health and fitness but are struggling to figure it all out, put those pieces together and actually see some results. For those who are sick of failing and sick of starting over and want to learn how to permanently change their body. And of course, those who want a custom approach to fit their goals into their ideal lifestyle and not the other way around. You shouldn't be molding your body, your lifestyle into your diet. Are you ready for this? I don't know if you guys are ready, but if you are ready, your inner queen is ready to rise. All right, so who is Trista? Trista is the founder of Fit Life SLC Coaching. She's a women's transformation coach. Her purpose is to empower women to unveil her inner beauty, to become the woman she has always dreamed of by living a healthy lifestyle she is obsessed with. She has been coaching for 13 plus years and helped hundreds of women transform their bodies from the inside out. She has been in the Army for 18 years, 8 of which she served as a drill sergeant. She will bring out the confident warrior in each woman she works with. She is a loving, compassionate coach that is not afraid to show you tough love. She has experienced her own journey of transformation, achieving peace with food, balance and out of the gym, finding true happiness, loving her body even after having her daughter, and a busy lifestyle. She was able to break through her own limiting beliefs, disordered eating patterns, and negative body image, and is passionate about sharing her methods with you. She believes that who we are on the inside is expressed on the outside through fitness and nutrition. She is passionate about educating women through their own fitness and nutrition journey to provide them with the tools to love themselves from the inside out. Trista offers exclusive one-on-one transformation coaching with carefully selected women aspiring to break free from a mediocre life, who are desperate to find balance and want to feel loved and confident in their body again, creating badass bodies with confident minds. All right, you guys, I would love the opportunity to share my story with you. So these next few minutes are going to be a little video to highlight how I came to be the coach that I am and the journey that got me where I am today.
Genuinely and truly love yourself from the inside out. My name is Trista Harrison. I'm a women's transformation coach. My purpose is to empower women to unveil her inner beauty and help her become the woman she's always dreamed of by creating a life that she's obsessed with. Growing up, I was super active. Throughout high school, I ran cross country, I ran track, I swam, I was a cheerleader. I wanted to live this fairy tale high school experience. But what people didn't realize was how I felt on the inside, and that no matter what I did, I never felt good enough. So at 17, I decided I wanted to do more with my life, and I loved the structure of sports and being a part of a team, so I decided to join the Army. Shortly after my training, I was called up to deploy to Iraq. I was terrified. When I got to Iraq, I was made the 50 cal gunner for convoy security. It was a pretty stressful job, and I started smoking to help curb my appetite and help me keep awake. When the smoking didn't help curb my appetite or help me lose the weight, I turned to purging. And I would go all day long without eating. I would pretty much just starve myself, and then at night I would be so hungry I would eat anything that I could get my hands on. And then I would feel so guilty for overeating that I would go to the bathroom. I would sit in the stall and I would wait for everybody to leave the bathroom, and then I would make myself throw up. After a year, I returned home from Iraq. I was even more miserable and unhappy on the inside. That's when I decided it was time to try dieting, and I pretty much did every fad diet, detox, any diet that you can actually think of on the market with little success. I decided I wanted a more permanent solution. That's when I went to school to get a degree in exercise science and nutrition from the University of Utah. It had always been a dream of mine to walk on stage and be a fitness competitor. After my competitions, I gained 40 pounds, and I was the most unhappy I had ever been. I was a coach, and I just didn't know how I was going to help others when I couldn't even help myself. This journey is so much more than a good nutrition and training program. It comes down to mindset and having the right people in your corner. I knew my body needed the proper program and nourishment to heal from the inside out. This was harder than any diet that I had ever done. This was just the beginning of my healing. Prioritizing my personal development and investing in myself have been the tickets to my transformation. I honestly believe that when you love yourself on the inside, you can showcase that beauty on the outside. It has taken me years to reframe my thinking, to create these healthy habits, and to generally love myself from the inside out. I can honestly say that I am the happiest I have ever been, and this is the busiest I've ever been in my life. Learning to balance my day, being a mother, taking care of my home, building a better relationship with my husband, running my own business, all while bettering myself every day. I have been through this amazing transformational journey. Let me help you through your journey as well. Again, my name is Trista Harrison. I'm a women's transformation coach. I would love to be a part of your journey to help you love yourself from the inside out.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for letting me share my story with you. I hope it resonated with every one of you. I know everybody's journey is different. It all looks, we all have gone through different things in our lives, but the most important thing is cherishing that journey, learning from it, and learning to love yourself from the inside out. All right, so let's move on. Like I said, I have helped hundreds of women transform their bodies and their lives. This is what fulfills me and brings me so much joy, is watching other women just become confident in their minds and in their bodies. And when they do that, they are unstoppable. And like I said, you're just unstoppable, and you will continue to see results time and time again. So let's get into my 3 secrets, because I know that these 3 secrets are going to help change and transform your life as well. So I know what a lot of you are thinking. I don't have the time. It costs too much money. How many times do I have to go to the gym to create this amazing body that I'm obsessed with, that I love looking in the mirror? What should I be eating? How am I going to manage my day and fit all of these things in? Do I have to eat organic food? Does it have to be fresh or can it be frozen? And do I have to track my foods? So we're going to go through all of these questions as we break down each secret. Secret number 1, how to eat healthy while spending significantly less on food. So this, you know what, this right here, I actually have an amazing story about eating out and how expensive it can be. So my husband a couple years ago started this new job, and it was like every day at lunchtime they went out to lunch. So that's 5 days a week, out to lunch. And after lunch, what did they do? They were all tired, so they had to go to Starbucks and get a coffee. So my husband was spending at minimum $10 a day on lunch. Because right here, average meal dining out, $10. And that's on the low end. And then would go get Starbucks every day afterwards. So that's another $5. So $15 a day just eating out 5 times a week times 4. You know what? I didn't do the math, but I feel like I should because it was insane. So what did I say? $15 times 5 days a week times 4 for a month. $300 a month eating out. And that was just for lunch. So he finally cut that out, which I'm very thankful for. But what I wanted to get at with this is when you're actually buying groceries and cooking and prepping your meals at home, you're going to save yourself so much money. And a lot of people think that if they have to buy organic food and it's going to be so expensive. Well, that's not the case. If you can't afford to buy organic food, then don't buy organic food. All food at the grocery store is going to benefit you. So with that, let's go into these statistics just a little bit closer. So the average American spends $2,792 per year on food, which breaks down to $233 per month, $54 per week, or $7.64 per day on food. So compared to my husband, who was spending $15 on one meal per day, that is quite, that's pretty reasonable. And I do feel like this is a little bit more on the conservative side as far as food goes. I know prices have gone up, inflation every year. And then again, it does depend on what area you live in, whether, you're in a bigger city, whether the cost of living's higher or not. So of course it does vary from state to state. But this is just to show you that if you're spending, if you have a menu, if you're planning ahead, you can definitely spend a lot less money on food. So this breaks down to each week, the average American household spends $139 on food, of which $78 is spent on food at home and $61 spent on food away. I had to throw this in there because I know I'm a Starbucks lover, and I splurge every now and then. I enjoy my Starbucks maybe once a week, but on average, most people spend $40 a month on Starbucks, and that adds up fast. $5 latte. Like I was saying, my husband was getting a latte every day, Monday through Friday, and that's $40 right there. Wait, no, it's not. 5 times 5, so it's $25. So he was definitely above average on his Starbucks spending. And then, of course, if you're getting the signature drinks, then the price is just gonna keep on going up. The average grocery bill for one person is about $250 per month. And like I said, average meal dining out is about $10. And that's more of a fast food meal. You definitely know if you're going to a sit down restaurant, it's going to be a lot more than $10. Plus, then there's a tip and so on. So you can see how these things kind of, stack up and can get expensive fairly quickly. So you're going to save so much money by preparing your meals, going to the grocery store, and having a plan. If you have a plan when you go in that grocery store, and if you shop the perimeter, that's where you're going to get your whole foods, your fresh fruits, your fresh vegetables, your, the butcher, so you can get those fresh cuts of meat and so on, your eggs, your yogurts. I'm not going to go into that because I have a special treat for you, but that is secret number one. Just limiting the amount of times you're eating out is going to help with your budget, first of all, but it's also going to help with your waistline because you know what's going into your foods. And when you're eating out, you don't exactly know how they're prepping your meals. They're throwing in extra butter, they're throwing in extra oil, they're tossing your salad in, some of the fattiest dressings. So those are a few things we're going to go into as well. But I hope that kind of opens your eyes a little bit to realize that eating healthy and eating from home is it is cost efficient. You can do it very easily and save yourself some money in the long run. So like I was saying, when you go to the grocery store, it's most important to shop the perimeter of the grocery store because that is where you're going to get your fresh foods. You can definitely eat frozen foods, and I recommend that 100%. If you're the type of person that is not going to eat your fresh fruits and vegetables, then I recommend 100% frozen is going to be the way to go. And your foods do not have to be organic because not all organic food equals healthy. So a lot of people think, oh, I'm eating organic, so it must be healthy. Well, that's not necessarily the case because they're still processed foods. It all comes down to calories in versus calories out. And an organic pizza is going to have, 1,200 calories or so. And so is a regular pizza. So it just comes down to calories in versus calories out. All right, so let's talk about some meal prep tips because that is where a lot of people have, they say they don't have time. So this is where I'm going to help reduce some of that, that time when it comes to prepping your meals. So say you come home from your grocery store and you got your fresh fruits, your fresh vegetables. I recommend you cut those all up right away, put them in little Tupperwares and Ziploc bags. And that way it's just going to cut your prep time in half. Choose 2 to 3 protein sources and cook them. Those are going to last 3 to 4 days. Do the same thing with carb sources. And then you only have to do this twice a week. So if you prep 2 to 3 proteins, 2 to 3 carbs, and have them already prepared in your fridge, they're just in Tupperwares, or say you want to go the extra step and actually measure out like your 4 ounces of each protein, your half a cup to full cup of carbs. That way, all you do is grab, and go. You can be out the door and you have a healthy meal in no time. That's one of my lifesavers. You only have to prep 2 times a week, and the more you do it, the easier it gets, the faster and more efficient you become. So with that takes care of your lunches. And then also when you cook dinner and you're cooking for the family, make sure to make just a little bit extra, and then all you have to do is measure out your portions and throw them in Tupperwares, and then you have a lunch for the next day. So that's another thing I recommend. Instead of putting your leftovers away in the fridge, actually separate them out into meals, and voila, there you go. And then last of all, just keeping it simple. So when you're new to counting macros, it's very easy for it to get overwhelming. So if you keep it simple, if you keep it to like grilled chicken, rice, and then add your fat like some avocado. I make a lot of rice bowls or like Tex-Mex bowls. Um, they're amazing and they're really easy to track. So, casseroles, lasagna, those kind of things are kind of hard to track. But if you want to have pasta, have pasta. Um, make your make your pasta, make your sauce, and then make your protein. And then all you have to do is measure out your pasta. Measure each thing individually. So keeping it simple in the beginning is honestly probably the best way to go about it. Once you become a little bit more advanced, it's a lot easier to put those meals into a tracker such as MyFitnessPal, and you become like so fast at doing those kind of things. So I'm not going to go into that, but that's definitely it is doable, but keeping it simple in the beginning is a lifesaver, and it's going to just reduce the anxiety and stress of eating. All right, so here's my grocery guide. This just breaks it down into your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. So, when you're tracking your macros, these are the three things that you track, of course, along with calories. Calories is king, and then hitting your protein goal, your carbs, and your fats, it would fall right in line with that. But these are just some great ideas. Of course, this is not the end all be all because we are here to learn how to create the body of our dreams and still eat the foods that we love. I love these foods, but of course, there are foods that are not on this list that I'm sure you love as well that you want to include in your diet. All right, so secret number 2. Most important, how to eat the foods that you love and still lose weight. So I'm going to talk about flexible dieting, the 80-20 rule, how you can still have alcohol and see your weight loss results, and how to eat out. So first of all, flexible dieting incorporates the 80-20 rule. So when you're thinking about the 80-20 rule, 80% of the time you want to be eating those whole foods that are going to nourish your body and give you the fuel that you need, while 20% of the time you're eating foods that are going to fuel your soul and make you happy and make you feel like you're not restricting. So that is the whole goal of flexible dieting, is to follow the 80-20 rule. So if you want to have a cookie, then you're going to work that into your macros. And one way I suggest doing that is obviously you have to track your foods because you have to bring awareness to what you're eating in the first place. And so say you want to have your cookie, you're going to track that cookie and you are going to then, manipulate your macros to still hit your goals by the end of the day. So if that cookie added, let's say it's a 30 grams of carbs, then you're just going to subtract 30 grams of carbs from maybe your dinner or maybe your lunch and just, plan accordingly. A lot of people feel like they can't drink alcohol when they are dieting. And of course, alcohol is a toxin, so it is going to slow down your process. But we're all adults here, and I know we love to enjoy an alcoholic beverage now and then. We are very social beings. We love to go out and be social with our friends. And generally, being social includes drinking alcohol and going out to eat with friends and family. And so when you're dieting, you don't feel like you can do those things. But with a flexible diet, you can have these things and still lose weight. So when you're going out to eat, just a few tricks and tips that I like to offer are, well, nowadays, generally the menus are online. So you can, if you know where you're going ahead of time, you can look up the menu and you can see, like, go through the menu, decide what you want to eat, and a good majority of the time they actually have the nutrition right there. So you can pre-log that into MyFitnessPal, and then okay, well, this is how many macros and calories are in my dinner, so now I know how to eat accordingly to still hit my goals for my breakfast and my lunch. And that's my number one tip, is just taking a little bit of time to plan ahead and look at the menu. If they don't have the macros on there or the nutrition, totally fine. That's what's so great about flexible dieting is we can estimate a little bit. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Consistency over perfection every time is going to win. And by estimating how much protein, like how much chicken's in your meal, how much sweet potatoes in your meal, how much dressing you used, those kind of things is completely acceptable. But I do still recommend looking at the menu ahead of time and planning your dinners or, planning your meals out ahead of time so you can plan your other meals around that specific meal. A few other tips are when you're eating out, when you're ordering your protein source, ask for them to skip the butter or the extra oil, and they'll do that for you. So, restaurants are so accommodating, especially nowadays with a lot of health issues and dietary restrictions. So just let them know I don't want any butter or oil on my veggies or on my meats, and to put any of the sauces on the side. And that right there is going to help you monitor how much food or how much of those sauces you're actually putting on your meal, and save you tons of calories and tons of fat. All right, let's go into alcohol because I have an awesome little slide for you guys. This is my little cheat sheet, and this is how you can actually track your alcohol and still stay within your macro goals. So I'm going to keep it pretty simple. Right here, we have an example of a 100-calorie drink. And right now, our White Claws, those Trulies, the Vizzies, like those are pretty in, all of those seltzer drinks, and they are 100-calorie drinks. So if you are going to calculate these alcoholic beverages into your day, you can count them as either a carb or a fat. And by doing this, say you want to have them count as your carbs or, towards your carb goal for the day, you're going to take your 100-calorie drink, you're going to divide that by 4, and then that means you're going to track it in MyFitnessPal as 25 grams. Same thing goes for fat. Take that 100-calorie drink, divide it by 9, that gives you 11. So you're going to track that as 11 grams of fat. And then you can do a mixture of carbs and fats, it just depending on, you and your goals. So that's how you can still include alcohol in your diet and stay within your macros. All right, you guys, secret number 3, how to fit everything into one day. This is probably the number one excuse I hear time and time again, and I use it myself. I know we all have 24 hours in a day, and it seems to fly by. Especially, we are busy. We are busy people these days. Especially now with the internet, with Amazon, we just expect things instantly, like that instant gratification. And we live in such a fast-paced world that it is hard to fit everything into one day. So I'm just going to break this down into a few things, a few rituals that I do every day that help me be successful and help me fit everything into one day. So the first thing I love is my morning routine. And I feel like a morning routine is so important because most people set their alarm goes off, they hit snooze, they go back to sleep. Then their alarm goes off again in a few more minutes, and they hit snooze again. And then they jump out of bed and they're like, oh my gosh, rush. Like, now you are letting your day control you because you're in a rush. Instead, if you take the time and back plan a little bit, give yourself a little bit of extra time, wake up the first time that alarm goes off, jump out of bed, be excited to tackle your day, and you be in control of your day and your actions instead of letting that clock and time, bulldoze you throughout your day. So my morning routine consists of, I wake up to my alarm. Obviously, I go to the bathroom. Then I have a glass of water or a water bottle sitting next to my nightstand. I start drinking my water bottle. And my goal is to drink that water bottle before I have my first cup of coffee. While I'm having my first cup of coffee, I sit down and I write out 3 things that I am grateful for. Because I feel if you start your day with gratitude, it is going to bring a lot more positivity to your day and to your life. And it helps you focus on the things that you have in front of you instead of the things that you wish you had. So just being grateful, being present, and being in the moment. So I start by doing that. And then I make a to-do list. And by doing that, I write down everything that I need to do, but I have my top 3 priorities. And these are the things that are non-negotiable that are going to happen today. And those go on my list. And then, of course, I add in positive affirmations. And these are I am statements. So for me, these just help me become the person that I want to be by telling myself these things. So I write, I am a leader. I am productive. Things that are going to help me improve and be a better me. So we're going to talk about time blocking and a nighttime routine. So nighttime routine is just as important as your morning routine. So when you're going to bed, you want to allow yourself about 60 to 90 minutes to just unwind. Like I said, we are just go people. We are always in such a rush and our minds are just going 100 miles per hour because we have so much to do. So by just unwinding a little bit before bed, by getting rid of TV, getting rid of phones, and this is something I'm still working on. I am not 100% perfect at this, but just by eliminating these things that are going to trigger your thought process and your it makes your mind go just 100 miles an hour. By eliminating these things and winding down before bedtime, you will be able to fall asleep quicker and get a better night's rest. So your nighttime routine could include, obviously, if you have children, getting your children ready for bed, and then getting your gym clothes ready and having them packed and prepared for the next day, having your meals ready so you can just grab and go, and things like that. Brushing your teeth, going to bed, obviously. Those are, of course, a part of the nighttime routine as well. So I skipped one, and that was time blocking. And I feel time blocking is how I have actually been able to accomplish way more and get my top 3 priorities in and actually be successful. So right here is a little example of time blocking. And this is only from lunchtime on, but you would start this from the time that you wake up. And when you wake up, say you wake up at 6 a.m., you're going to include your morning routine. You're going to include like getting ready, however long it takes you to get ready, because you've been doing this for years. Your driving time. So I actually like to do it in 15-minute increments. So from 6 a.m. until whatever your bedtime is, say it is 10 a.m. or 10:30 p.m. So 15-minute increments. And then from there, you're going to write in what you do at every time. Even include your drive time, because that is, obviously that takes, 15, 20, 30 minutes depending on where you're going to and from work, to and from running your kids to sports, or, so on, going to the grocery store. Those kind of things all are going to add up. But what I do is, like I said, my high level priorities, those 3 priorities, those get scheduled in first. And then I block off any time that I have meetings, that I have my workouts, like you are putting in all of those priority things. And then when you do it this way, you can see where you do have open spots and time frames, and that's where you add in things that are not as high of a priority, but still need to get accomplished throughout the day. So that is how I have been able to accomplish so much in each day, because we waste a lot of time, and we definitely waste a lot of time on these bad boys. So we pick them up and we scroll. So that could go, you could even block off a certain amount of time, like social media time. But, that's different. That's not what we're here to talk about. We're just here to talk about getting in those high level priorities. And I also feel like it is so important to schedule time for yourself into your day. And that, whether that's your workout, whether that's reading, whether it's doing something that brings joy to you, because you do have to fill your cup before you can fill others. And by doing that, you are showing up better for you. And in the long run, you're going to show up better for your family, for your friends, for your children, and be a better person to be around and to, to take care of others, because that's what we do. We are caretakers and we take care of everybody. That's just in our nature. So this right here, time blocking, is going to honestly save your life. And it sounds silly. I know it sounds silly to write out a schedule, but it is going to help you be a lot more productive and see where you have gaps in your day. All right, you guys, right here, one of my all-time favorite quotes. When you make the mental transition to exercise because you love it, you begin to stop hating your body for its imperfections and loving it for what it can do. That says it all right there. Just take a minute, take that in. All right, you guys, there's no better time than right now to start loving yourself. You don't have the time to sit and wait for things to change. The best thing you can do is take action now. Don't wait until Monday. You might have had a bad, so many people have a bad day and then another bad day, and I'll start on Monday. Well, I don't understand, there's no need to wait until Monday when you can actually take action now and start making those changes to benefit you and to better your life. I have a gift that I want to give to you. This is a free gift. Who wants to get a lifestyle nutrition audit? What if we were able to sit down and break down your current fitness and nutrition goals to fit your lifestyle? So here is what you're going to get. You are going to get a lifestyle and a nutrition audit with me, which is a $250 value, a foundational fitness session, which is a $200 value, and a one-on-one session with me, which also has a $200 value. So that is a total of $650. And just for hanging out with me and listening to my secrets, you are going to get all of this for free. So that's an amazing, amazing value. So if all I did today was give you a better clarity moving forward, would it be worth it? If I helped answer some questions you didn't even know you had, if I helped you gain a map for moving forward in your own fitness and nutrition journey, and helped you build a better relationship with your health and fitness goals, would that be worth sitting down and getting on the phone with me and doing those nutrition and fitness audits and just helping you create a game plan for you to move forward? This is what you need to do to get this ball rolling, is go to this first website and fill out the form. Once you fill out the form, you will get a link I will send you a link to book your strategy session. And once you build that strategy session, you will be contacted by me. I would love to stay connected, and it has been so great to share my secrets with you and also to share my journey with you. So I would love to connect with you all on social media. These right here are the different platforms that I am a part of. When you follow me, go ahead, please send me a message, because I would like to follow you back and I want to stay connected with you. So take a moment and write some of these down, add me as a friend, and make sure to message me so that I know that you, first of all, love this webinar, and second of all, that we can stay connected and help each other along our journeys to love ourselves from the inside out. Here's what you need to do, you guys. Go to that first website, fill out the form. It's just a few questions. It's only going to take a little bit of time. Once you fill that form out, I will send you my link to Calendly, and that right there will book your session, and then you will be contacted by me. Thank you so much for spending this last 45 minutes with me. You guys have been amazing. I hope that you learned something with my top 3 secrets, and you are going to be able to create the body of your dreams without giving up the foods that you love. So until next time, I can't wait to chat with you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.